So let's talk about the way he used to speak. How was his speech? His speech is, how did he talk basically? His wordings, his talk was very clear, and was very, very eloquent, very concise. He would say some few words, but it would mean a lot. Okay, and he wasn't quick or wasn't very continuous. He would break it down. So he was also a teacher, right? So he would sometimes repeat a thing 3 times so that people understand very well. So that was his style. And he was very soft when he was talking, as we saw that in the previous hadith. And one amazing thing is that, subhanAllah, we miss the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When he used to talk to people, what did he used to do? He used to turn his whole body towards them. That was his way. So he just not just looking on the side, no. He used to turn his whole body. Why? Because that basically shows that you really care about that person. And it also shows that you're not arrogant if you turn your whole body towards a person. And he never disgraced anybody anytime, no matter how angry he got. And he also, it's mentioned in other hadith that when he was surprised about something, he would just turn his hand like this. That was also recorded. And it is also said that when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he talked to a person, he would make him feel that he is like the best person. That's how he used to talk. It's not exaggerating. That's how he was. The way he used to talk to people, it was just amazing. And in fact, there was this incident where Umar ibn al-As, he used to think that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam likes me a lot, because the way he talks to me, I think I am his favorite. That's what he used to think. So one day he came to him and he asked, who's the person that you love the most? So he said that I love Aisha the most. So I said, no, among the men, who do you love the most? He said, her father, that is Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. So he was waiting for his turn. Then he said, who's next? And he said, Umar radiallahu anhu. And he was like, okay, I give up now. So basically it shows you that people used to feel that, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is talking to me in such a way that I think I am his favorite. So subhanAllah, something that we used to think, you should think how we should talk to people. Really, we are missing out on these sunnahs. And it is said that he never shouted anywhere in bazaars, or if they're in angry or not, he never shouted. He never used any vulgar word whenever he got upset. He always responded with the best. In Makkah, how he was humiliated, insulted, never, even once, whether in Makkah or Medina, he never responded or spoke ill about somebody. He would just bear it with patience, or he would just ignore them. And it's also said that when he spoke, he only spoke when it was necessary. He wouldn't speak senseless things. Like only if it is important, he would speak. Not like talking all the time, just wasting. So Ali radiallahu anhu, he said that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam kept away from 3 things all his life. First one was arguments, second was pride, and third was senseless utterances. He won't talk unless it was necessary. So that was his sunnah. And we'll move on to the next one. His smile. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to smile the most. Look at this hadith. Abdullah ibn Harith radiallahu anhu, he said that I did not see anyone who smiled more than the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I did not see anyone. So smiling is different from laughing. He was always always cheered up, and is also, even the Sahaba said that even if he is involved in a lot of sorrow, if he's sad, he would still give that smile to people. And he basically, his laugh was only like a smile. The maximum he laughed was he showed his teeth, the front teeth, and the Sahaba said that it used to glow, shine a lot like a hailstone. So that's how his smile and laugh was. And subhanAllah, the Sahaba also recorded the things that made him laugh as well. And it said that when he got happy with something, he used to close his eyes due to humility. So few incidents that I have here, what made him laugh or what made him smile was, there was this person, like he was saying that on the day of judgment something will happen, and this person, he would have a lot of major sins and minor sins, but because of his piousness, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will hide his major sins, right? He will not show. So he will be like very happy, oh, I don't have major sins. Allah hide them. So then his minor sins were there, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will tell him that I will convert your minor sins into good deeds, right? So that man got very happy. Now he started to think, oh Allah, I had those major sins as well. Can you convert those as well? So that was hidden basically, but now he's saying that I want the rewards for those as well. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam smiled at him that even though he was like forgiven and all it was hidden, he was so greedy that he wanted even the major sins to become out and converted. So he was smiling when he was mentioning that. And also another incident on the day of judgment, it is mentioned about a person who will be the last to enter Jannah, right? So this person would be punished in hell probably because he used to miss lots of prayers or something, but he was a Muslim, so he would be punished in the Jahannam, and he would be like the least pious. So when he would come out of the Jahannam, or the hellfire, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there will be conversation going on between him. There's a long hadith, but to cut it down, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him like Jannah. So he asks Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for Jannah, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will tell that I will give you 7 times bigger than the earth or something similar to it. So that person, that he would say, oh Allah, are you making fun of me? Are you jesting with me while you are the king of the heavens? So Allah subhanahu wa Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he said that, he was smiling. He was smiling. Because he couldn't believe it, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him so much, he couldn't believe it. He thought Allah is making fun of him, but he smiled that time. And also he used to smile a lot when he used to read this dua, innahu la yaghfiru dhunuba illa ant. Basically meaning, indeed no one can forgive you, no one can forgive my sins like you, like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he would smile at that. And also in the battle of Khandaq, it is mentioned that one time the Sa'ad ibn Abi Waqqas, he was very good at shooting arrows, right? So he would shoot an arrow, and there was this person who was trying to hide with a shield, right? Or trying to escape. But Sa'ad ibn Abi Waqqas kept trying, and eventually he managed to kill that disbeliever. And so Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was smiling at that time, because he was so precise, and that person who was trying to shield himself got killed. So that was there are many long lists, but inshallah sometime later on. And he used to joke also. He was not like a serious person, and there are a lot of jokes that he said that is also recorded. But when we say jokes, his jokes were different in the sense he would never lie in a joke. When people joke, they are usually lying here in today's world. But he would always speak the truth regardless. So some incidents that are recorded, his jokes, was, that story, that an old woman came to him and he said, oh Rasulullah, make dua for me that I enter Jannah. She was making dua to him. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that old women do not enter Jannah. You cannot go, I'm not going to make dua for you. You cannot enter Jannah. So that woman, that poor lady, she started to cry, because there's no dua for her. And she started to leave. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam called her back. He basically said to her that a woman will not enter Jannah in her old age, but she will be young and playful. So her youth will come out in Jannah, and she will remain like that forever. That's what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So, and Sahaba also used to be sometimes, Sahaba used to respect him a lot, but they also used to have good times with him. They also used to play some jokes and tricks on each other. So when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam one time, he wanted to get on the horse. So you have a saddle, right? So somebody wanted to play a trick on him. So when he put his foot on the saddle, they untied the saddle. So what happens if you untie? He like fell on from the saddle because it was not tied. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was smiling and laughing a lot on that incident. He slipped. So that really shows you the relationship between Sahaba and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He won't mind and they won't mind playing such tricks. So that was good relationship with them. And also there is mention that there was this woman who came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and she said, she was talking about her husband, and has the one who has white thing in his eyes, that's the one. So that woman was saying, no, he doesn't have any white thing. What are you talking? No, he has this white thing in his eyes. So she was really getting very nervous. Well, what is this white thing? I don't see it. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that, no, don't worry, it's the white thing that everybody has in the eyes. So he would be just have good times with people, not just serious personality. And Anas ibn Malik radiyallahu anhu, he was the one who used to serve Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam from childhood. He was a child, and he used to call him with jokingly. He used to call, oh, the one with 2 ears, come here, the one with 2 ears. So, and also when his brother passed away, his brother's sparrow, he had a bird, passed away. So he would console him by saying, "Oh Abu Umair, what did the Nughair do?" Basically rhyming it. What did the sparrow do? He had a sparrow bird. So he would try to console him for the loss of his the bird. And one person came one time to him, and he said, "I need a camel to ride. I need a camel. You have extra camels, give me one." So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Okay, we will give you a child of a camel." So he was like, "No, I don't need a child, I need a camel, I need to ride upon it." So no, he said, "We will give you a child of a camel." Then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam then told him that every camel is a child of some other camel. So I'll give you a camel. So he gave him, so he was happy after that. And also there was this another person, Zahir ibn Hiram Ash-Shajai radiyallahu anhu. He had good relationship with him. He was a Bedouin, and he used to bring some gifts to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And one time he was in the market selling his stuff, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came from behind him, and he caught him between his arms and the back, and he started to pick him up, and he said, "Who will purchase this slave? Who will purchase this slave?" Just out of jokingly. So he said, Zahir said that, "Who will buy me, Rasulullah? I am worth nothing. My physical features are so and so. Who will buy me?" So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that, "In the eyes of Allah, you are very, very valuable." So that was his another side of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was a balanced personality. We know that he was the best worshipper, but he had very good moments, and he had very good moments with his wife too. Inshallah, when we covered the fiqh of marriage and how he was with his wife, inshallah, some other series, there were a lot of good incidents that happened between him and his wife. Very good conversations, very healthy conversations, very light moments. So inshallah we'll cover that later on.